Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. We are out here in the chicken yard today talking about chickens. I have a little project that's kind of been ongoing for the last about year and a half, and we'll continue into the next couple years. But I want to breed the ultimate chicken. This has been, I think this has been done for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years. but I want kind of my own take on it. I want to pick some of the traits that I like from some of my favorite breeds and try to combine them somehow into an ultimate chicken. So before I tell you my plan and what I have done so far, just a couple things about what I'm looking for and what I have done in the past, and about a couple of the breeds that I have found to love the best. So you'll see behind me I have our stone chicken coop, and I also have a bunch of chickens sitting out on our stick pile, their favorite place to be in the pasture. In the past we have tried lots of different breeds. We have tried Rhode Islands, we have tried Isa Browns, we have had a lot of Barred Rocks, we've had Cochins, a bunch of little Bantam breeds, different kinds of little breeds of chickens. We've had some Silkies and a bunch of other ones, a bunch of mixed breeds as well. We've bred chickens for years. Over the years, what I have found to be my favorites are these Brahmas. The Brahma chickens that we have today, they're white. They are a great dual purpose breed, which is part of what we're looking for, and they have been my favorite. They are big dual purpose birds. They are some of the biggest. They used to be a meat bird before all these Cornish crosses and all these kind of hybrids came out. Before that, Brahmas were a very common chicken raised on farms for meat. They also are pretty decent egg layers, and they're very cold hardy, and they're also super docile. They're the most docile chicken I have ever raised, roosters and hens. They're great, but they don't lay quite as many eggs as, say, an Isa Brown. An Isa Brown chicken is a cross. I believe it's a couple different Rhode Island breeds that they cross together. They're very small. They have focused purely on egg production. They will lay eggs all throughout the year, an egg a day, sometimes 2 eggs a day when they're in their prime. They lay through the winter very well. They lay a lot of eggs. They don't live as long as some other breeds. They'll lay real heavy for a couple years, and then they kind of peter out. They'll live for a few years, and then they die. They're not great for meat. They just, there's not a lot to them. We've taken and processed many Isa Browns over the years, and they're super small. There's not a lot of meat on the bones. So those are great chickens for this egg laying, but they don't really meet all of our needs here. What we try to do here, so part of our plan. We have too many roosters. What we have here is what we try to do here is operate a sustainable system of chicken raising. So this is what we do, and this is all important to why we're trying to breed the ultimate chicken. We raise out a baby chicks in the spring. They will raise out over the summertime on great forage in the pastures. They'll bulk up, they'll grow up, they'll mature, they'll start laying eggs in the fall. They'll usually lay through for 2 seasons, and then before the end of that second season, we'll usually, in the off season of chicken processing, we'll usually take a batch in to the processor and have them process it all for us, and we'll bring it home, put it in the freezer. We don't ever want we don't want to be a chicken retirement home here. We don't want to have a bunch of old chickens that aren't laying eggs that are just sitting around being fed. We raise all of our own chickens here, so we hatch out our eggs in the spring in our incubator inside. We'll bring them out, raise them in the garage till they're big enough to come out to one of our smaller brooding coops, and then we'll take them out and put them in with the rest of the chickens here in the pasture in the big coop. That can hold 50 plus chickens. So that's the goal. So I want chickens that are good meat, and I want chickens that lay a lot. And I thought it would be cool, what if we had a few that could lay colored eggs also? What we're trying to do here is breed a big chicken that lays a lot of eggs that also, maybe some of them would be able to lay a colored egg. So that's the goal. And so let me show you what we have here and how far we've come with this process. We have a couple combinations so far, and we've got a little ways to go. So next year we'll get a little closer, and I think the year after we might achieve what we're looking for. We'll see. This is the special guy right here, this rooster. So we'll come back to him in a minute. So what you're looking at out here, that's a Brahma rooster. So that's 100% purebred Brahma. That's another Brahma rooster out there, the white ones. Those are the big meat birds. You've got a Brahma hen in there. So that's the one right there with the darker feathers on her neck. That's a purebred Brahma hen. And oh, look, the one Isa Brown that we have this year left she's inside laying an egg. So that's the ones that lay a ton of eggs. We have one Isa Brown doing her good job in there, laying an egg right in the middle of the coop instead of in the nesting box. So last year we had the Brahma roosters, one of them mated with the Isa Brown that's inside there laying an egg, and produced this guy right here. This is a cross between an Isa Brown and a Brahma. He's a pretty good sized rooster. He's docile. So right over here, this one is a hen that is also a cross between an Isa and a Brahma. So you can see she is a little bit, not quite as big as the other Brahmas, but quite a bit bigger than a Isa Brown hen, way bigger. So we got some extra bulk on her, and she's a good layer, so she'll lay a decent amount of eggs. This year I have added all of these Australopes. These are black Australopes. These Australope chickens, these are a first for us. We've had one or two of these in the past, but this is the first we've had a majority or more of them. We've got a rooster here and a hen here. These are great dual purpose breeds also. They're docile, they grow big, and they lay pretty good. They have pretty good egg laying. So this can get in our mix also. And then we have over here, the brown one is an Easter egger. That's lays these teal colored light green eggs. So this year, if we can get the cross that I have already, that rooster over there, that's the Isa Brown Brahma cross, to mate with this Easter egger, then we will have a offspring that might lay green eggs, maybe. I'm not sure how the genes work with these chickens, so we'll see. That might lay green eggs, or carry the trait at least to lay green eggs, and that also is good dual purpose and is also will lay a good amount of eggs for us. We also could get the that Isa Brown rooster cross, Isa Brown Brahma cross, to mate with one of these Australopes, and that would just give us another healthy, cold hardy, docile, good dual purpose chicken in the mix. These Easter eggers are also pretty good dual purpose birds. They're not super small, and they just don't lay quite as much, and they're not quite as big as the Brahmas. But so that rooster right there is the key. If I wanted to be real targeted with this breeding, which I generally am not, but if I wanted to do this the most efficient way, I would get that oh, there he is, the Isa Brown Brahma cross right there behind me, and then I would put him in with the maybe 2 or 3 hens that I want him to breed with, so the Easter egger and the Australopes. And then I would keep those eggs labeled and separate when I hatch them out, so I would know that's going to be the cross I'm looking for. If I do it randomly in here, the idea is that I have all the breeds I want in this mix. And so every year I hatch out, maybe 30, 40 eggs out of here, and I'm going to get a random mix of all of these different chickens. And as we go down the line year after year after year, I'm going to get more and more of this mix. All the genes are going to be there. So that's kind of it's a very random kind of process, and it does take a little longer to get the chicken I'm looking for. But if I continue with these 3 or 4 breeds that I want in the mix, I'm going to hopefully continue to get the chicken that I want. Maybe down the road, if I get the chicken I want and I want to breed it back with a Brahma to get it bigger again, or some other bigger sized chicken, I could do that and maybe make an even bigger chicken. So that's the plan. One of the ways that I can target my gene pool a little better with these is to get rid of a lot of these extra roosters I have. So I really only want to have 2 Brahma roosters and 1 of the Isa Brahma cross rooster. I want to keep that one. The rest of these roosters I might take in to get processed this year. That will also help me target what genes I'm getting bred every year. So if I only have the 2 roosters that I want, and they're mating with all these different kinds of hens, I'm going to get those crosses that I want every year. Let me know what you guys think. Have anybody else out there have tried to breed the ultimate chicken? What is your experience, and how do the genes work with the Easter eggers? I haven't looked this up. I'm just kind of hoping it'll get in the mix here somewhere, and those will carry on through the years, and eventually I'll get one that will lay the green eggs and also be big and also lay a lot of eggs. That would be the goal. I'll keep you guys updated on hatching next year. It'll be exciting to see what we get, what comes out of the eggs, what kind of colors and feathers, and then as they grow older, what will they produce for us, what traits will be carried through. So we'll keep you guys updated on all of that good stuff. Appreciate you tagging along today. Of course, subscribe if it's your first time here. Lots of chicken stuff and homesteading type videos speckled throughout the year. We'd love to have you tag along. Thumbs up on today's video, and we'll see you next time.